Hello, 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 hello.
If you can see or hear us, just give us a little wave.
Give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you are here, please.
Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Sunday. Sorry, I'm looking down, I'm fiddling. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, we're live. Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Brilliant, brilliant. So we have special guests with us this evening. So we are absolutely delighted to welcome our cruise friends, our regular cruise pals they are now, Lizzie and Laura, sisters on the seas.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
You did nearly zoom us in.
I did. Thank you for joining us, girls. Really, really appreciate it. We are aware this is the first time you've gone live, so it's going to go absolutely fantastically. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Well, let's hope
so. Yeah, I'm in control, so I've got no doubt it's going to be a disaster.
Thanks for having us.
No problem at all. So have you had a good day? Have you back into it now you've back from your cruise?
Yeah, just about. It's taken us a while to get over the travelling.
Yeah, because did you have a jet lag? Because obviously you were away for a week, but you were straight back to work.
We were just really tired.
Yeah, I wasn't too bad, to be fair. I think we slept quite well that first night we were back, and it just forced you back into like normal habits because we were just so tired. So it wasn't as bad as we thought it might be.
Just for those that are watching, myself and Tom went on P&O Iona during the February half term, and Sisters on the Seas, Lizzie and Laura, they actually went to the Caribbean on Arvia for the week.
Yeah, so they had far better weather than what, than what we did. So it's
not that you can tell from the tans.
You definitely had the better option than we did. So.
Did you use the swim up bar at all?
We didn't go in it. It was always really, really busy.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
It's popular, but actually when you look at it, it's not that big when you're in there. There's not many stools to sit on, is there? Really? No, but I suppose it is nice when the weather's warm.
Especially in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah. But, right, let's do a few hellos to everyone who's watching.
So, hello, Tracy. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Traveling Light, Lisa and Giles, thank you.
Yes.
Really...
All the way from the Black Country. That's excellent. So, not far from, well, three of us anyway.
Yeah, that's true. So, do you want to say where we are at the minute?
Well, obviously we're in Wales at the moment, so it's quite far from where we are currently, but originally I was from the Black Country, so definitely that wasn't far away. And girls, do you want to say where you are?
We're in Birmingham.
Yeah, so really close to the Black Country.
Fraser, hello, and lovely to see you. Looking forward to this one. Oh, well, thank you very much. That is very kind of you to say. Let's hope we don't
we'll do our best not to disappoint.
Hello, hello, hello. Naomi Does Cruising. Nice to see you. Lucy, lovely to see you. Lucy, I met Lucy on Ambassador Ambition. Watching from Paris Airport. Well, that's
a little more exotic than where we are.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, very nice. Stephen Fox. Hi, guys. First time joining you. Well, welcome, Stephen. Nice to see you, and thank you very much for joining us.
Yep, this is our fourth or fifth live ever.
Four. Is it four?
4 or 5.
I don't know.
So thank you. Much appreciated.
Yeah. Lee, hi, Dom and Tom. We made it. Superb. Thank you, Lee. Lovely to see you.
So if you do have a question, can you please start your question with the word question, just so it's quite easy to sort of pick up and identify. We're here to answer any sort of Iona, Arvia, or any cruise-related questions that you can think of. Just pop them in the comments, start it with the word question, and we will do our very best to answer them.
Yeah, and it's probably a good time to say, if you can hit the like button, please do that, because it lets YouTube know that you enjoy our videos and it recommends them to more people. So please hit the like button if you can.
So first question then for Lizzie and Laura. Who's your favourite YouTuber you've met on a ship? No pressure.
So this comes from Fraser, who you've met on a ship. But bearing in mind you're on a live with us, who you've met on a ship. So
Look,
over to
You
you.
can't possibly answer.
I was going to say cruising with Matthew, actually.
Brilliant.
Oh,
Brilliant.
yeah.
So have you met many YouTubers on ships?
I don't think we actually have. No, obviously we met Fraser and we met Matthew on Ventura a couple of years ago now, and it was both of their fault that we started our Instagram page actually, and then we met you guys on Azura in February, and
Real fun there.
And then it's your fault we ended up on YouTube.
yeah,
So.
That's
That's right, it's
it
so-
all started. So oh, brilliant. Good question, Fraser.
So girls, how many?
oh yeah, of course we met Ken and Lindsay, didn't we, on
yeah.
Aurora over New Year? Yeah,
Yes, yes.
Good
Oh,
company.
doesn't that feel like ages ago already?
It does feel like a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah.
Because how many P&O cruises have you two been on now, do you reckon?
I looked
oh,
earlier.
did you count?
Yeah, 22.
Wow.
22. So puts me and Dom to shame, and they are P&O definite experts then for doing 22. Have you been on every ship now?
Yes, yeah. Arvia was our last one to go on, so now we've done them all.
So you've sailed the entire fleet. P&O should do a lovely little certificate for that, though.
They should do
They
something.
should.
Right, you've been on ships that obviously are no longer with us either, haven't you? So,
Yeah. Oceana, I think, is the only one that we've been on that's it's gone now. But we did like that ship, so sad.
Oh, that's it. Who knows what's going to happen next? So, how did here's a question: how did you all meet? So, can you remember when we first met?
First night on the cruise in Azora.
Oh yeah, in the theatre.
In the theatre.
It was nearly exactly a year ago, isn't it? So
Yeah.
February last year,
February half
term, and we spent pretty much most of the week together on Zoom.
Yeah, you couldn't get rid of us, could you?
We were talking about it there earlier, and we've got to say it was one of our most enjoyable cruises that we've been on. We thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, and we ended it off partying in the carnival, didn't we, in Tenerife? So
Oh, yeah. So good. Such a good experience.
Oh, it was incredible. And
Yeah.
I'd definitely do it again.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, Becky L, lovely to see you. Hello from San Diego, California. Oh, wow. Well, definitely more exotic than here. And the weather we've had today, I'm sure you've had better weather in California than we have here. Has it rained all day with you?
It's been drizzly on and off. It's raining now.
Yeah. In Wales, it has rained all
All
day
day.
with us. So.
Non-stop since first thing this morning.
Lovely.
But thank you, Becky, for joining us. Really appreciate you showing up. Stephen, hello to the sisters too.
Yeah.
Hi, Stephen.
Oh. Tracy,
Sunny
hello from
Scotland.
sunny Scotland. Well, if Scotland's got better weather than us, something's gone wrong. Hi, Tracy, lovely to see you. The Law Greens.
Greens.
Oh gosh, we were talking about that earlier today, weren't we? When we saw your video on Instagram of your flashback. I don't know how many years ago it was, but we were watching that. So, lovely to see you here.
Travel with Lucy's got a question. What's your favourite, Iona or Arvia?
Okay, right. Shall we answer first, then we'll let you two answer? For us, we would probably say Arvia pips it a little bit.
Only a little bit. It's just some of the Arvia's got a few improvements over Iona, such as the swim up bar at the back. It's got the sky dome that actually opens, and I quite like the staging area in the sky dome, because on Arvia it's more of a sort of makeshift.
There's no big screen on
There's no big screen.
And obviously we like the atrium because it's a bit warmer and the lighting is better.
And they do the pop-up shows in the center, not to the side by the windows. So like the acrobatics and the pop-up little activities. So I think Arvia just pips it a little bit for us.
And of course the high ropes course, your favourite.
Oh no.
No. So
Never again.
So what do you two think? Iona or Arvia?
We're the opposite.
Yeah, the opposite.
Really? Oh, interesting. Good. Go for it. Why do you think that?
We went on Iona just after COVID when they did the staycations, so it's got a bit of a special place.
Yeah, like, just sentimental reasons, I think. Like the ship, there's pretty much not a lot, like nothing to really separate them, is there? Like we prefer like Iona's Olive Grove. I think that's much better than Arvia's Olive Grove. But liked Sixth Street Diner as a bit of a separate edition, and do like those warmer colours in the atrium. But yeah, it just feels a little bit like we did like 3 Iona cruises in the space of a year as well. So I think it feels a bit like one of those like home type ships.
You're very familiar with it then, yeah. Did you do the high ropes course on Arvia?
No.
Absolutely not.
I don't blame you at
Dom
all.
wishes he'd never done it as well. The spider web bit at the back of it, Dom got that far and then his legs turned to jelly. Good.
Not a chance.
And I think Arvia for us was actually our first ever P&O cruise.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. And I suppose it's got that sort of familiarization and that sort of, because it was the first, we're more inclined, I suppose, to pick Arvia, but they are incredibly similar. Like we got on Iona and we knew just about, we knew where everything was. We knew where our cabin was. It wasn't the sort of case, it wasn't, on other cruise lines with different ships, you get on the ship and you're like, oh, where, you enjoy finding out where everything is, because they are so similar. If you've been on one, you pretty much can make your way around, no problems at all on the other.
I suppose Azura and Ventura would be the similar situation as well then.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Travelling light question. We've cruised with P&O a few times, but just booked an ambassador cruise on Ambition. What's the difference between the two lines?
Well, it all depends which P&O ship you've been on. If you're going to say Iona and Arvia to ambassador, quite a big difference.
Huge.
If you're talking Aurora, then much less of a difference, isn't
very
there?
similar.
So we found that ambassadors picking up quite a few P&O regulars who enjoy the more old school traditional style of cruising, shall we say. So where perhaps P&O have lost some of the things like afternoon teas and set dining and things like that, ambassador picks those people up. So if you enjoy a little bit more of a traditional style cruise, I really think you'll enjoy ambassador because that's where they are.
Same type of entertainment.
Yeah.
They are. We said this when we came off Aurora at Christmas. They are very, very similar in terms of demographics as well.
What I will say is that with Ambassador, you will get to know the entertainment team, the entertainment staff, the people on board. They are much more approachable than on P&O.
Much more visible, aren't they?
On Iona and on Aurora, I think we saw the entertainment director, who is their equivalent of cruise director, once through the whole cruise. So I don't know if you girls found something similar on Arvia, if you regularly saw the entertainment director on there, but on Ambassador, you will see them many times every day and they'll be able to take time to come and speak to you.
Yeah, we did actually. Did we on Arvia? We had Neil Oliver, who's a P&O mainstay. So, and he was in and around, but that changed partway through the cruise.
So did he left, had he, or had he finished his contract?
Yeah, he finished his contract. He was going home on the. It was only like the last.
It was the day before we disembarked, and then they switched entertainment's manager, and we didn't see the other one at all. So
no, and that's the thing. I think on the bigger ships, Iona and Arvia, the entertainment team, you see them for the odd quiz or karaoke, and then the only other time you see them is checking people in and out of venues, which is not great. Whereas on Ambassador, I think we saw them all the time.
Well, same with Princess. You see the entertainment team all the time.
Yeah.
Always floating around the ship, always chatting and talking. P&O is just a little bit different. Like, we know people personally now that work on Princess and Ambassador that we talk to, but we've never had the opportunity to build that relationship with any of the P&O entertainment team.
No.
It's quite
on
strange.
4 cruises now, we couldn't say, or we recognise, or we'd be willing to go and talk to someone who we're familiar with. So there we go. Hope that answers your question.
Stephen, me and John booked Arvia for March 25th Caribbean, and you're going to sail back to Southampton. First time on P&O other than a 2-night taster. Sounds amazing.
I think they're going to enjoy that because we've done a few nights cruise before. You two have done a few small number of night cruises, and they are completely different to a longer cruise.
Yeah, definitely. They're a lot livelier, aren't they? But it's just yeah, a totally different feel.
Yeah, it's definitely queue for the bar will be a lot less on your
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Rich and Helen, lovely to see you.
Thank
Hello,
you for joining
everyone.
us. Much appreciated. Jesse Sylvester, hello. Thank you for joining us. Rose, hi. I'm just back from Belet. Oh, lovely.
No, do we say Belet or Belete?
We were talking about this the other day.
Because we saw, was it Ken's video? Or somebody's video, Matthew's actually maybe, and they said Beletto, apparently. Yeah.
So, Rose, if you can confirm to us which is the correct pronunciation, that would be much appreciated before someone else tells us off for saying it wrong. So, thank you. I hope you had a lovely cruise.
Yeah. Question, would you recommend Princess for Norway and Iceland next July? Will it be as good as our P&O one last week? Ooh, this is good. Because we love Princess.
No, we haven't done P&O, Norway and Iceland, but you have, haven't you?
Yeah, we've done Norway.
Yeah.
More
you enjoy that?
We love it. We love going to Norway.
Yeah, I think Iona's like the perfect ship to do a fjords cruise on because of those big windows in the atrium, and there's loads of areas where you can get those brilliant views, basically. And also there's plenty of indoor spaces for when the weather's not great.
Yeah, definitely. Now, we've done both our Norway. We did Norway and Iceland on Enchanted Princess, and Iceland and Greenland on Island Princess. Yeah, we got that right. And we had a fantastic time on both.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
But I can see why Iona would be good. The only thing that I don't like about Iona is, apart from the little bridge bit, the glass is always so high
on the prom.
when you want to take a photo, you've got to try and take it through glass, which does slightly annoy me. But the ship itself would be perfect for the fjords, so I don't think either would be bad. But Princess, you don't have that high glass problem, do you? So and we had fantastic service both times, so yeah, I think you'll definitely enjoy it if you go for Princess.
Lee, do you have a preference between Iona and Arvia? We are looking to going on Iona and are cruising on, and we cruised on Arvia last year. Okay. So.
I suppose we kind of covered that earlier a little bit, but it all depends where you're going is going to be the answer, isn't it? I think for us. So Arvia works well in the sun. Iona works well in the cooler climate. So where you're going will really depend on which ship you choose.
Fraser, how were your P&O flights to the Caribbean? Hearing such mixed reviews and also lots of challenges at the moment. So that's with Maleth.
Yeah. Tell us about your flights.
We were really lucky.
Yeah.
We know people have had really bad experiences, but is it about a 20-minute delay on the way out?
Mm-hmm.
We did get stuck then on the plane for an extra hour once we landed in Antigua.
And couldn't blame the airline though.
No,
the buses weren't ready to take us to the ship, basically.
Okay. I was in the middle seat of the middle section, and I think it's the hottest I've ever been on a plane. There was just no air there. At one point we swapped over.
We swapped, and then I just wasn't having it.
She lasted about a minute, and she was like, "No, I can't."
No.
And it was uncomfortable, but it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be. And coming back, we didn't have an issue at all.
Yeah, the Belet plane it was an older plane. It was the decor probably wasn't what you might have expected on the inside of a plane. It wasn't the cleanest either.
Oh, it did smell.
Yeah, it had a bit of a weird smell. But I'd kind of compare it to flying like Ryanair or EasyJet.
Yeah.
And it's obviously not what you want for a longer flight.
Not a long haul though. So what about the food and things? What was that like?
It wouldn't have mattered who had cooked the food. Laura wouldn't have liked it because it was cottage pie on the way out, and she doesn't like it.
But it was also 10 o'clock in the morning. Like,
you didn't get a breakfast?
No, it was bizarre.
And then it was like this chicken lattice thing for a snack, and then on the way back it was chicken and vegetables, which was okay.
Yeah.
And then you could have a sausage or an egg sandwich just before we landed.
Okay.
Which was literally
And then what did you do to keep yourself busy then? Because obviously there's no entertainment, was there?
No, we read.
I edited a video, actually.
Very good, very good. Yeah.
I chatted to the man I was sitting next to.
Because we've seen some horror pictures of ripped seats and, you know, really bad conditions, but you didn't. Yours was okay.
On the way back, lots of people did have to ask for seatbelt extenders. We've never seen it like this. And we'd seen before it's because basically when the seatbelts break, they just get shorter and shorter and they don't put new ones in. So it wasn't because they would need them normally. The seatbelts were broken.
Okay.
But yeah,
So,
there was nothing wrong with either of our seats.
No.
It just, I don't know, it was like the seats were like fabric rather than being like that sort of white clean type material that you normally get on a plane. So they just looked a little bit worse for wear, I suppose.
well, I think from what we've seen this week, I think things are going to change now. I don't think that airline will be coming back in the future. Good news for those travelling to the Caribbean next year. Jesse Sylvester, 22. They're saying to you, 22 cruises. That is serious dedication. Well, fantastic.
It is. It's an amazing number.
Yeah.
Hi, Daniel. Thanks for joining us.
Question. Hello from Worcestershire. We are really struggling to know what to do regarding drinks packages. If we went for it, would it be classic? But it's an extra £1,000 for our cruise.
So, go on.
Okay. So we are drinks package advocates because we've tried it without, and we tried it. We totted everything up, didn't we, on our last cruise, and we tried to work it out. And we were spending how much do you reckon per day?
We're spending between around about £70 to £90 a day while we were on ship. We only had one day where we spent about £23, and that was the day we got off and spent the night in Rotterdam.
Yeah.
So for us, and we have the classic drinks package because as much as it's nice to have a double spirit and a large glass of wine, we just couldn't sort of condone the extra money for the deluxe package.
No. But it all depends on how much you drink. So for us, it's worth it because of the alcoholic drinks, but also we drink the Costa coffees and we have the bottles of water to take back to the cabin.
Because a Costa coffee is what, £3.20. A glass of wine is roughly around about £7.20, £7.50. So it's quite easy to get up to that £40 mark.
Yeah. So do you two think drinks packages are worth it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. We're the same. Yeah.
We went for deluxe again this time, but only because we'd got some onboard spend.
Yeah.
Did actually work out probably a bit of a waste of money for us on this occasion because I wasn't very well on the cruise, so ended up probably not getting our money's worth out of it. But usually we easily would. Yeah.
I suppose that's the risk with the drinks package because it's prepayment. If you're feeling a bit one of the days, it's definitely going to sort of take that into account.
Definitely, and obviously with you doing so many P&O cruises, you obviously feel that it's worth it on a P&O ship. So that's good to know.
And I'd be devastated if I didn't have a drinks package and then I came off the cruise, had my final bill and worked it out. And I would have been better off with a package as well.
Yeah, but would you be the other way as if you...
Would I say, but I don't think I would save money.
Yeah, okay.
The
Law Green's 22. Wow, that's impressive. Yes.
Champagne and cruising question. Are you disappointed with the direction P&O are going in? It's a very good question.
So let's ask you two with your 22 cruises behind you. Are you disappointed with that direction?
No. Is the short answer to it. For me, like, you can't beat the price point that you're getting with P&O. So you kind of have to accept that to keep that price point, then something else has to give, I suppose. And if we're talking about like Iona Arvia as being a bit of a different experience, our cruise on Arvia was was really, really good. We really enjoyed it. So we've got no complaints really about it at all.
Whereas we were disappointed with our Aurora cruise over New Year.
Yeah.
Because, well, lots of problems with that one, but that wasn't necessarily due to the direction they're going in. That was because of, well, just bad customer service, really.
Yeah. I don't know. For us, I think we do like some of the traditional things of cruising. We do like the afternoon teas.
Turn down service.
We do like a turn down service just because we like some fresh towels. I don't know,
but as you said, with the price point, you cannot, you know, if you compare it to sort of Marella cruises or any other cruise line, P&O are just
exceptional value
for what you get. So you can't really expect them to sort of maintain those incredibly high standards that they used to
at a lower cost,
at such a lower cost. And, you know, equally, we had a fantastic time on Iona.
Yeah.
We didn't have to go to guest services once. Everything just went
Not
perfect.
once did you go to,
I know.
to guest services, not once. So
it was a really, really
cool.
Pam Snowball, what a name, Pam Snowball. Hi all, thanks for hello. Samantha, hello. Emily Lewis, hello, Tom and Dom, lovely to see you.
Nami does cruising question. Sisters, would you ever consider cruising with Marella?
We very nearly booked Marella for February half term.
Yeah, we were this close.
But it was actually the same price for us to go to the Caribbean for a week as it was to go to the Canaries for a week. It did include drinks, obviously, on Marella, but we just got tempted by the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So we've been looking at Marella because we've done 2 Marella cruises before. We've been on Explorer and Explorer 2, and we want to sort of go on the Discoveries and Voyager. But the price point at the minute is just insane. You know, you're talking £1,400 for a Med cruise.
Yeah. I think it was something like £1,200 for the week in the Canaries with Marella. It was quite a late booking that we did as well, so it was quite late that we left this, but we actually only paid £1,049 for the week on Arvia in the Caribbean, so it was actually cheaper to go to the Caribbean.
Exactly. Well, you went to the Caribbean then instead of Marella, so we would like to get back on Marella, but we think in the last 12 months Marella has gone a lot more expensive, so we shall see. Never say never, but we'll keep an eye out.
Emily Lewis, where are you going
next? Oh, well, do you two want to say where you're going next first? Do you want to reveal that?
We're going on Ambition Ambassador just after Easter.
Yes.
So new cruise line for us.
Yeah.
Some interesting ports. We get to go to Plymouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite the Caribbean this time, but
you'll have a fantastic time there. We thoroughly enjoy.
So Plymouth, and where else are you going?
Honfleur and Guernsey.
Yeah,
really excited.
It's quite. We were meant to go to Honfleur on our ambassador, and we couldn't make it because of the weather. And obviously, a lot of people go from Le Havre to Honfleur on a day trip, so it's great that you can even just get there straight away. So I think that's nice. So okay, right, next one.
Do you want to say
where we're going? Yeah, we are actually going on a river cruise next. So that would be quite exciting.
Something to look forward to, something different, something we've never done before.
Yeah. So we look forward to that. So can't wait.
All aboard the cruise life. Hi there, guys and ladies. Thank you for joining us. Samantha, thank you. Lee, just ignore my question. I will think of Life in the Parks, thank you for joining us. But disappointed I didn't meet. Oh yeah, of course, because we met Life in the Parks on Azura.
So good evening to you all. Nice to have met Tom and Dom on Azura, but disappointed I didn't meet Sisters on the Seas. Well, you are obviously elusive because the Sisters on the Sea. Yeah. Yes, it was lovely to meet you.
Who are your favourite cruise YouTubers?
Oh my god, everyone keeps asking us if they really want to know who our cruise YouTubers are. Right.
There's so many.
I don't think I have got one favourite YouTuber.
And we couldn't possibly, because we watch so many.
But there are many that we watch regularly. Many in this chat, probably. Everyone who's come to our chat is our favourite. Everyone who's in the live, they are our favourite. Have you two got any favourites?
We just watch so many different ones.
Yeah, I think a lot of it depends on like what we're doing next. So if like at the moment we're trying to find everything we can on Ambassador and watching everybody's Ambassador videos because we know that's what's coming up next. And equally, like in the run up to it, I'll be doing that.
Videos.
Seen those. Watch them. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so it's difficult. It is very difficult because
but there's some very, very nice people in the cruise YouTube community, and we're absolutely so thankful for all the people that we get to talk to and chat with because they are just so friendly and lovely.
What's been the best place to eat on any cruise?
Oh,
from
thank you,
Emily.
Emily Baum. Oh, best place to eat on any cruise.
It's a bit because the food on Queen Mary 2 was phenomenal.
Nice. Yeah,
really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the beach house on Aurora at New Year's because that was amazing. That salt rock steak and you had the ribs.
Yeah.
Still can't stop thinking about that.
Gosh,
Sabatini's love the pasta on Princess.
We've loved the Indian on Ambassador.
Yes,
saffron.
That was good.
Loved that. The Indian, we actually liked the Indian on P&O as well. Sindhu. So Indian food we really liked on both of those. So we've given you a lot of answers there, but
it's quite hard because they're all very, very different, and you know the experience is sort of part of the speciality as well.
To be fair, I think the beach house for the amount of money we paid. So your steak was what, $750?
Yeah, $750 extra.
$750 extra on top of the beach house for the steak you got and what you had. I think it was
an incredible value,
exceptional value for money. Where on some of the other lines we'd pay £40-50 on top of your cruise fare to go into those. So yeah,
P&O specialities are incredible value compared to other cruise lines. They really are.
Have you got a place where you would say is the best place to eat?
Probably the beach house. We always seem to end up in there.
Do you like the glass house as well? But on the older P&O ships, not fans of the Iona Arvia glass house menus.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how they change it between the ships? So
because we did the Keel and Cow for the first time on Iona.
The ones in the Keel and Cow.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah.
We've got a story about that we will we will save for now. Oh, John and Sue. Oh, these are our lovely friends that we met on Sky Princess. Hi guys.
Enchanted.
It seems like Enchanted, sorry, yeah. Seems like a lifetime ago we sailed together. We are in the Sky Suite again in late April on Sky Princess for a naughty 8-night Norway. All the best.
Beautiful.
Wow. Oh, what if you're going to do Norway in the fjords, to do it in the Sky Suite, you can't beat that really.
No,
the balcony on the Sky Suite is just that wraparound huge balcony, one of the biggest at sea. You've got the views from there. It's amazing.
It is a beautiful, beautiful cabin. Well, it's not really a cabin, is it? It's like a penthouse.
Yeah. Top suite.
Stephen Falk, what's the LGBT meet community like compared with, say, Anthem?
Well, we went to the LGBT meet on Iona, didn't we? And yeah, it was fairly well attended. Some days not so well attended. So
just depends what everybody's doing and what they're getting up to. But I think on the first couple of meetups during the beginning of the week, they were a lot busier with everybody getting to know each other.
Yes, yeah, and it's one of those things where sometimes people are not sure where everybody is.
Yeah,
so it's quite a scary thing to go to, but yeah, not bad at all.
Sweet natured. Oh, thank you for joining us.
Hi, Tom, Lizzie, and Laura. Lovely to see you all.
Oh,
lovely to see you both as well.
Oh, question. Traveling light, as new travel bloggers, what advice can you give to us noobs?
I like that, noobs.
Noobs. Well, I still consider us noobs.
Which, yeah, definitely. But I think for us, it's don't be afraid of the mistakes because they will come.
They will come.
Yeah, there's many mistakes we've done.
Yeah.
When we look back, we think, gosh, why did we
do
do that? But it's all part of the learning.
Yeah.
So just see it as a learning opportunity and keep going.
Try everything.
What about you two? Any top tips?
I'm not sure we're in a position to really offer any.
But we feel very, very new.
Yeah.
I think not giving up. You just have to keep on going because sometimes you think, why is only 5 people watch that video?
Yeah.
That first few months, 6 months, 12 months, whatever it might be, is the hardest part. Way the hardest part. Yeah.
Holidays at sea, lovely to see you.
Oh, no, holidays at sea is probably the luckiest person in the chat because she's off to Sun Princess. So wouldn't we all love to be there?
Yes, we would.
And I'm sorry, sweet natured. I should have whispered it.
Question for all: what do you think will be the next ship ordered for P&O? There are rumours of a 4-ship mega ship order being announced this year for Carnival Group, which will be 7,000 plus. That is insane.
In all honesty, I don't think P&O would go for a 7,000 mega ship. I might be proved completely wrong, but I think that's a lot of cabins to fill. And
considering they've got Iona and Arvia now, that they've got that's 10,000 plus cabins they need to fill week on week.
Yeah.
It'd be a big ask, I think, for 7,000.
Yeah, and I think Carnival are going to go for another XL class, I think, aren't they? So, but I can't see it coming UK side. Who knows?
Who knows?
What do you think any different? Do you think they're
I just don't see how they'd fill the cabins because they struggle to fill Iona and Arvia all the time. Which is what
because they are targeted to the UK audience, so they're not any wider than that. So I think it would be difficult.
Yeah, we'd get some bargains though.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, definitely.
Emily Ball, question: tell us your funniest cruise memory.
God, what memories have we got where we've that we can share?
I'm quite good at falling over.
Oh yeah, breaking your elbow on Virtuosa is probably my favourite.
Well, on our last cruise together on New Year on Aurora, that was quite a good story. We were just wandering the streets as we'd just come off Aurora, and we were wandering along the front there in Hamburg.
We were,
correct. And we saw the U-boat, the submarine
museum,
and there was a little bridge where we could get some photos. And we walked over that bridge, and Lizzie didn't make it over the bridge. She ended up on the floor, unfortunately, and proceeded around Hamburg with lovely nude colour jeans.
Yes, so muddy, weren't you? Oh, so muddy.
But there's a few disaster stories where we've had accidents, haven't we? But it's all part of the fun.
It is all part of the fun.
You fell down the stairs on
Azura. I did. I hurt myself
on the pool deck. Yeah.
I went flying.
You got quicker than he went down. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, right.
Moving swiftly on.
Question for all. We've been looking at some cruises outside the norm for 25 and 26. Do you have any plans to go outside of Europe, and where would you like to go? There are so many places. I want to go Singapore, Australia, South Africa, South America. I want to do the Antarctic. So many, but it's time.
It's time. Yeah, the reason why we do a lot of European cruises, like you did just for Arvia, it's really tight window to do that in a week. It's such a tight window.
I was exhausted coming off Iona, so I don't know how I could fly in backwards and forwards to the Caribbean and then being straight back in work on Monday.
But absolutely for us, after going to Greenland and seeing how different a cruise can be when you leave European ports, there's definitely a want to do more of that for us.
Oh no, absolutely.
Have you got any plans?
We've been we're determined in 2025 to go out of Europe.
Yeah, we're gonna go a bit further. We've been watching Gary Travels' cruise that he's done, like Canada and New England at the moment, and that just looks amazing. It's something we'd really like to do, but again, the timings when we can do that don't work brilliantly with the seasons for it, so it's really difficult.
And I'm now absolutely desperate to go to Antarctica.
That's Susan Calman's fault.
But I might have to stop cruising for a few years to be able to afford to do it. So.
Well, last night we watched it last night, and I went on and I checked the price, and it was something like $1,000 each.
No, not now anyway.
Not now. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
One day. Just a quick reminder, if you are enjoying this live, if you give us a cheeky little thumbs up, pressing that like button really does help us out. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Question for the sisters. Did you eat at Green & Co? As pescatarians, we're really interested to know what this restaurant is like.
No, we didn't. Laura wouldn't go.
I'm really sorry, but it's not for me.
How do you know until you've tried it?
Oh, I couldn't pick an item off the menu that I would order. So
Okay.
And if it hadn't have been an extra charge menu, like an extra charge venue, then we might have tried it or tried something. But because it was a speciality and it just didn't seem like it was worth us spending our money there, and we could spend it elsewhere, essentially. But we did hear other people saying really good things about it.
Yeah.
It was quite quiet in there as well. So you definitely get a table in there.
Yeah. What I will say is that it has had fantastic feedback. So I think it's one of the ones that everyone does want to go to, apart from you two.
We didn't.
Lizzie wanted to go.
I really want to go.
Sorry.
We didn't get a chance to go either, and we were on for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it was time. And to be fair, on Arvia, there's so many great places to eat. Like I love the street diner, absolutely, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I could eat in there. Right, question, Sweet Natured. Which new cruise lines or ships are you most keen to try, and why?
Which new cruise? Right, for us, what do you think, Dom?
For us, oh dear. Which new cruise lines? I would like to try a Norwegian.
Norwegian.
I would, because we've never done a Norwegian. No. But equally, I'd like to try Fred Olsen. Who's Belet?
Yeah, that is Fred Olsen.
Yeah, and I would like to try Fred Olsen cruise, because when we were on Ambassador, there were a lot of Fred Olsen regulars on Ambassador as well, and they were just talking about how good it was.
Yeah.
So I'd just like to try it.
I would like to go something smaller. I think we've done quite a lot of big ships.
We have.
So I'd like a smaller line. If we could get it at the right price, something 1,000-ish or less probably would be great. But there's some that we haven't mentioned. That's because we are planning on going on them. So things are in the pipeline. How about you? Do any cruise lines that you haven't been on that you'd like to try?
Well, other than the ones that we've got booked coming up. We were talking about this. We were looking at, we can't afford them at the moment, but some of those smaller cruise lines like Regent, like they're just, we'd love to experience it to see what the difference is like.
Yeah. I don't think, though, that there's a cruise line or ship we wouldn't try, to be honest. Like, we'd do absolutely anything a go.
Yeah. And I think Costa proved that for us, didn't it? That we were quite happy when we tried Costa, and we came off it and we absolutely loved it. So
a silent disco will never be the same again.
Never. They're so poor on P&O in comparison.
That's what we were stood there in the Sky Dome, and we were just like,
the silent disco.
It was good.
It was good. It was good. But when you've been to a Costa silent disco with live DJs, fireworks, smoke machines, and it's completely different experience, isn't it? I suppose.
And every cruise we've been on is completely different.
Yeah,
you know, every cruise line is different. And it's just nice to get out there and experience all the different ones.
Yeah. Fraser, have you got any plans to cruise on Sun Princess or Queen Anne? Possibly. Sun Princess, I'm going to say we'd love to do Sun Princess, but we haven't been able to fit it in.
It's the flight.
And we've tried desperately to get onto Sun Princess.
It's that flight into Athens.
That flight into Athens is a killer for us at the moment. Yeah. So
In terms
because
of
it's
timing.
doing Athens to Barcelona, to try and make that work in a time that will suit us, has made it not possible. But hopefully we'll get on it, because we're going to keep trying. And Queen Anne, watch this space. Any plans for Sun Princess, you two?
No, is the answer. No. We haven't tried, and
we haven't got any space for that.
No, we just couldn't fit it in. No, if we wanted to, I couldn't get any more annual leave off work. I'm still trying to scramble for what we've got booked. So
yeah, working from ship.
On our last cruise, we bumped into some people that obviously knew us from YouTube, and they basically told us that we got all of our cruises for free.
Yeah.
And which, is quite a big misconception, because we've never had a cruise for free.
We haven't had it for free.
No, we pay for every single one of our cruises, as do you girls. So, it is time more than anything.
It's time that is our barrier. Yeah.
Okay, so what about Queen Anne, girls?
Watch this space.
Good answer. Good answer. Hey, Ryan Robinson. Hey, I know Tom and Dom did Preziosa and Sisters did Virtuosa. Do you guys have another MSC cruise coming up? We do not. Do you two have any plans for MSC?
No, we don't.
No.
I think it's quite. Again, it's the flights and just trying to find that perfect sort of combination. I know you can sort of package them, but you want to get there the day before so you don't miss the ship the next day, just in case there are any delays. And obviously, me being a teacher, I haven't got, and obviously Lizzie being a teacher, we haven't got that flexibility where we can just go, we'll have an extra Friday off.
No.
So it's a bit tricky. And
Euribia is an option, but it's doing the same route that we've done so many times, so it's not our preferred option, really.
No, true.
Yeah, if we did look, there was a 2 or 3 day one over the bank holiday in May on Virtuosa, but we then were like, you wouldn't have needed any extra time off, would you work? But we just got put off with how busy Virtuosa was.
Yeah,
last
May.
Yeah. We did
enjoy.
Not out of the UK, basically.
Yeah,
a week long maybe as well, rather than a couple of short.
Because they are busy ships.
Yeah.
Chris, thank you for joining us, Chris. Lovely to have you here with us. Serious question for us all. Cruise burnout is real, but all of you seem to be not affected and provide continuous content. Are there times when your body or mind says, we need a cruise break? Absolutely.
Yeah, do you know what? And it's normally after we've come off a long cruise. So like our Island Princess cruise, we were ready to just have a bit of a break then. But we say that, but when we've always got one booked, it turns around then, and we're soon looking forward to the next cruise, aren't we? But yeah, it's our body more than our mind that says you need a break, because our body says you won't fit in those shirts the next time you go on a cruise.
It's true. It's true.
Please stop
eating. Stop drinking.
Yeah. So I think that's more of it. How about you two? Any cruise burnout?
I don't know if I'd call it cruise burnout. I'm always ready to go on another cruise.
I think what's hard is getting back from the cruise and going straight back to work.
Yeah.
You could almost do a couple of days of doing nothing first.
It's work burnout.
It's work again, in a way.
You need that transition period from cruise back to normal day life. I tell you what I did have, though. I had a little bit of P&O burnout in terms of the food. Because did you find, like, the food, the menus from our Aurora and our Iona cruise were identical. So on the first night, I had the thick cut pork. I had that on Aurora. And then I went back and had a look at Azura back in February last year. Same menu. And then I went and had a look at Arvia. Same menu.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've
So it-
definitely
yeah,
learned
there's-
about this.
Yeah.
It's,
We get really excited if you see something new on the P&O main dining room menus.
Yeah. So they do need to change
they
that
do
up a
need
little
to
bit.
mix it up a little bit.
When you
because
have
2
cruised
years,
on the line a few times, then it does become very samey.
samey.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's why we're more inclined to do a speciality on P&O, because the price point is a lot lower than other cruise lines. And yes, the main dining room food is
It's
good.
good,
Nothing
good.
wrong with it at all. It's just nice to have a little bit of variation, I think.
Yeah.
Emma Ludlow, was lovely chatting to you. Facebook meetup on
Oh,
Iona.
hi,
Emma.
Lovely to see you here. Thank you for coming along.
So myself and Tom went to the Facebook meetup on Iona, which was lovely because there was 1,000 people in our Facebook group for that cruise. Honestly, it was so popular. Well done to Jill for sort of adminning it and organising it.
Yeah.
Really, really popular Facebook group, and it was lovely to sort of meet people in person that you chatted to in the build up to the cruise.
It was fab, and we met some people in that meetup that we kept seeing a few times around the ship as well. So yeah, really, really nice time there.
Oh, thank you, Emma. You are as lovely in life as you come across in your vlogs. So we do try just to be.
It's just the same. Yeah.
So.
I haven't got the energy.
Not me. Emma, double. So we were beside you at the MDR in Pearl. It was nice seeing you both regards from. Oh, we remember with your daughter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, fantastic! Thank you very much. Lovely to
you,
see you.
I
think that was that day one.
No, was it?
Might
I can't
be.
remember. Numbers cruises.
Top cruise destination.
Up and coming. Oh, Susan, thank you ever so much. Enjoying both of our channels.
Thank you.
Daniel Sparks has got a question about Peninsula Club. In terms of Peninsula Club, on our next cruise at Easter, I will move from Pacific tier to Atlantic tier on day 2. All my pre-booking discounts are based on Pacific tier. Is that right? Yes. You won't move up until you come off your cruise and go on another one.
Unfortunately, yeah, we've had that a few times where we've moved up a tier, but you have to just wait till your next cruise, which is a bit of a shame.
Because what tier are you, girls?
Atlantic.
Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Because it's quite, once you start getting through the P&O tiers, it's quite hard to get up there.
Oh, yeah. You need about 400 cruises to get to that top tier, don't you?
Yeah.
And then the benefits aren't that great, in addition to really, really strange. They could do with sort of mixing that up a bit, I think. So yeah, sorry, Daniel, we couldn't be any more helpful with that. Emma Ludlow, our next cruise is a river cruise too. TUI Skyler
from Budapest to Vienna and back. Oh, nice.
Lovely.
We did have a look at the TUI Nile river cruises that they're doing.
We would love to do a Nile river cruise.
The Nile season is November to February, and all of the cruise and they depart on a Thursday.
Like not a Thursday. Can you do a Saturday to Saturday?
One Saturday to Saturday. Come on.
All go Thursday to Thursday, so it kind of makes it not an option.
Question for Susan: do you go pay as you go for drinks? We did answer that one a little bit earlier, and
no, we don't. No, for us, it works out great value for us to have the drinks package.
Girls,
yeah, same. We wouldn't pay as you go on P&O.
All aboard the cruise life. What cruise line is your favourite buffet? Oh no, mine's got to be Royal Caribbean, because that buffet is insane.
You like the Windjammer, didn't you, on Anthem?
Oh my goodness. I've never seen anything like it. An American style buffet. They've got everything and it's huge. Absolutely massive.
Yeah. Much better. And you get soft drink. Well, you get like juices and choice
lemonades.
You don't just get water and tea and coffee. So yeah, an American cruise line does a buffet way better than UK line.
Oh yes.
Have you got a preferred buffet?
Not big buffet fans, to be honest. Don't tend to use them that frequently.
Even though we just did more on Arvia.
We did actually, yeah. Did like the pizza in Virtuosa's buffet. That's a really nice option. But yeah, not our most frequented dining venue.
Did you use the late night buffet on Arvia?
A couple of times. I went on my solo night
You went
out.
on your
I
own?
went on my own.
We were there every single night.
Yeah, as usual.
As usual.
It's a good one.
It is good. They are good.
Yeah.
It is leftovers from the day, but there is a lot of variety there most of the time.
Yeah.
But that's just saving on food waste.
Can I just say just quickly that if you are not subscribed to Sisters on the Seas, could you take this opportunity to give them a little subscribe? They would very much appreciate it, I am sure.
And where can people find you?
Everywhere. So yeah, all of our social media is at Sisters on the Seas, and you'll also find us with the same name on YouTube. Yeah.
Lovely. And if you're not subscribed to us, we are working towards our 7,500 subscriber goal. So if you could help us get there, we would very much appreciate it. So please hit that subscribe button on both our accounts. That would be very helpful. Thank you.
Question all. This is from Cruise with Steve. Hi, with P&O having reported record sales for January. Yes, they have. Most cruise lines have said it's the busiest January on record for cruise bookings. Is cruising in a good place or just cutting prices?
Do you know, it's going to depend who you ask. So if you ask the cruise lines, I think they are going to say they're in a okay position at the moment, because even though they're doing record bookings now, they've got losses that they've got to make up from over COVID and that horrible period they had. So yeah, but I think it is in a good place. If you look at the age range of people cruising, I think that is a very good measure, and that age range is dropping. So cruising is becoming more appealing to a younger demographic, which can only be a good thing for the cruise industry, really, because I think it's changing the way people cruise. However, I suppose if you're used to classic cruising and that classic formal style of cruising where everything's quite regimented, you might find that it's not going the way that you are used to. But we shall see what happens. We've got a few more cruise lines that are aimed at younger, perhaps a slightly younger audience, younger at heart, coming up. So we shall see how they feel. Do you think the same? How do you think about the cruising?
Yeah, and I don't know if they're necessarily cutting prices, but they're just not going up in price. So they seem to have stagnated and be a very similar price for the last few years.
Yeah, but you might just get slightly less for your money. So again, like the no turn down service, the no chocolate on your pillow, those little things that are dropping off.
Yeah.
So
if it's just making cruising more accessible for everybody.
Yeah,
including us. We've only been cruising now for
2021.
So this will be our third year, is it? Virtuosa.
June 21.
So not very long at all. But it's just accessible. We've just been able to do it because it was there. A Disney cruise. Disney Nerd Herders. That's a good name.
Has anyone done a cruise we are thinking of doing this year? It would be our first cruise. So if you're a big Disney fan and you love Disney, go for the Disney cruise because you're going to be immersed in everything Disney. If you just want to do a cruise, then I would say no to Disney because the price point is way up there compared to what you can get on other cruise lines. You could do a much more premium line for the Disney price, I think. So,
and the thing that puts me off a little bit is the fact that it's Disney everything. So in the elevators, it's Disney background music. In the dining rooms, it's Disney music. In the corridors, it's Disney music. In the theatre, it's Disney shows. The pop-up bands, it's Disney music, and I'd come off rocking. I just feel like
I think I'd really enjoy it.
He'd love it.
I'd love it. I would do. If it wasn't for the price point, I'd be on there. But it is way expensive. But if you love Disney and people who are Disney fans I would say go for it. Have you thought about Disney cruise?
We'd love to do
one,
to do it, but we can't justify the price.
We could probably do 3 or 4 other cruises for the price of a Disney cruise, and it just makes it just not achievable really for us at the moment.
No. Scotters, hi boys, looking forward to a first Arvia trip next month. Have a fantastic time on Arvia. I am sure you will. Samantha, my husband and I are off on Azura a week Friday for our 50th birthday, first time cruisers. I think all 4 of us would say you'll have a fantastic time on Azura. In the Canaries, the weather looks particularly good there at the moment, so I think you will have a great time.
Stephen Fox, we're also doing a 2-night MSC Virtuosa in May to Cherbourg. How's the ship? The ship is beautiful.
The ship is a beautiful, beautiful ship, but it will be busy on your 2-night cruise. But I'm sure you'll enjoy it because the ship, I think MSC ships are spectacular.
They are lovely.
Those staircases and things, they do them really well, but they do pack out their ships.
Scotters, have you booked Queen Anne yet? We're on in August. Can't wait to see her.
Maybe.
Possibly.
More details of that coming up.
Question: any plans to follow travel blog Jamie and go full-time cruise vloggers?
Not yet. Of course, it's perhaps something we'd like to do in the future, but no, our finances are not in that position, shall we say, where we can go full-time cruise vloggers, unfortunately.
However, if you'd like to support us in creating future content, we're also available on Patreon. Okay, Fred also. Oh, girls, any plans on becoming full-time?
we couldn't be further away from that if we.
It costs us money. It doesn't make us money.
One day. I think that's the dream for everybody, isn't it?
Yes.
I actually also really love my job. I love being a teacher. Just so.
Okay.
I enjoy it, but it's hard work.
It's hard work.
Right, Scotters. Fred Olsen are really worth trying. I used to love their older ships. I can't.
The Boudicat and the Black one.
Thank you. Much smaller, 600 passengers. Saying that at Liverpool up the Mersey River is good to do. We have sailed in and out of Liverpool.
We have sailed in and out of Liverpool. Yeah, good experience. We liked it. And you are so close when you're in Liverpool. So close. Gail and Mike often go and see the ships that are in Liverpool. So that's worth checking out. Have you been to Liverpool?
Not sailed in or out of there.
So yeah.
It is a nice sailing.
Lee, I have 4 cruises booked this year. Do you think I can fit any more in? Of course you can.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Are you guys going to try the Asian cruise from Singapore to Southeast Asia? I would love to.
Yeah, we'd love a Singapore start of a cruise, wouldn't we? And then see where we can go. Absolutely, yes, and we definitely looked at it. Have you looked for a Singapore Asia?
Yeah, we've priced up a few times.
Yeah, we'd absolutely love to do it.
Good.
It's just so many. There's so many great cruises out there. It's quite hard to sort of narrow down and pinpoint.
Yeah.
We've all got time.
We've all got time.
Hopefully.
Oh, don't say that.
Windjammer Buffet is amazing. Thank you, Ali. I've got to agree. Thank you for agreeing with me. It is just something I've never seen anything like it.
No, definitely not.
Scotters, the late night buffets are a must. Absolutely. I just go for Horlicks and end up with same as Tom.
Yeah, that's what I do. The lady on the Iona cruise and the counter, she knew I was going for a hot chocolate every night. She had one ready just as I was walking in. So that was outstanding service.
Outstanding service in the late night buffet.
Yeah, definitely. But did also have a plate of food as well with that.
Can Lily and Olivia come with you on a Disney cruise? That's Tom's and mine on Tom's nieces.
Yeah. No, not the price.
Disney Cruise Line, like in the parks, is incredible, especially the dining and the shows. I can imagine they are.
Yeah, I think it is incredible. It's just the price point is what puts us off, not the cruise itself.
DCL Cruise was superb, but far too expensive now.
Yeah, great.
Like 4 nights, £3,000 each for an inside cabin.
That is a lot.
Traveling light, we found Morella good value for money in Southeast Cruise. We paid £700. That is really good value. Saying that, my mum and her husband, they went on a Canaries cruise last February, and they only paid £650 for it.
With Morella.
With Morella, whereas now that same cruise this year was more than double the price.
Yeah, yeah.
So no, that is fantastic.
£1,750 for 2 weeks on a long haul flight. Sometimes you'd pay that just for the flight. So
that's true.
Yeah, great value, great value.
Would either of you consider arranging a group cruise?
Possibly, but not yet.
No, I think, you know, we've only been on YouTube now for 18 months.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're really thankful to all of the support that everybody is given. And I think once we get, you know, we definitely consider it once we're perhaps a little bit bigger and do like meet and greets and things like that. I don't know, it just sounds really strange.
It does, yeah.
But we definitely consider it.
We definitely.
We'd come on yours to be the official photographer.
Official photographers. Should we? I'll get you t-shirts, mate.
So booked his Edge.
We got Edge booked for 26. Great Barrier Reef cruise. First time we booked 2 years in advance. One of Dom's top cruises. He would love to get to Australia on a cruise, and to do it on Edge, I'm sure would be amazing. So yeah, very, very envious of that.
Do you usually get an inside room? And that's from April Johnson. And the answer is yes, we do.
All depends on price. If we think balcony is good value for money, then we'll go for that. But if the balcony or the outside room is not particularly, well, is too expensive, we'll go for inside. I think the same applies for you too, is it?
Yeah,
exactly.
We normally go inside, but if it's a good price for the balcony, we'll do that.
We'll go for it.
Lovely.
Scotters 751 inside for 2 weeks Med on Arvia. There are some cracking bargains for P&O Arvia going into the Med this summer. Incredible. I saw one very similar price to that yesterday for 2 weeks, and you can't beat that.
Can't beat it. I don't think there's any
Southampton
other
to Southampton.
Yeah, that could do a similar price.
No. You'll have a fantastic time. Arvia,
not for UK cruisers anyway. You can get some bargains out of the US, but the flight will triple it. So yeah. Last
one. Is it true, and this is from Anne White, is it true that Norway are going carbon neutral regarding cruise ships from next year?
Yes. Well, it's not that they're going completely carbon neutral, but they are going to reduce the ships they're allowed in, particularly diesel ships. So they will let in, I think I'm correct in saying, LNG ships and electric ships. And if a ship can hook up to shore power, but not the highly polluting ships, they're going to really restrict those coming up.
And Scott saves on payment on the heating bills at home. You are absolutely right. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And probably final question. What equipment do you use for your vlogs? I use my phone at the moment. Well, for us, majority of our stuff is filmed on our phones. We do also have a 360 as well that we do a little bit of some shots with, but that's about it.
Yeah, and then editing, I just use iMovie and a Mac.
Yeah. And I think you two do most of yours on your phone as well, I think. Do you?
Yeah, everything. We just film everything on phone and then use iMovie as well to edit. So yeah, exactly the same, pretty much.
Brilliant.
Anybody would think we've got a device.
Yeah.
Lucy's got to go. She's got a flight back to the UK. I hope you've had a lovely time in Paris, Lucy. That is great. And thank you. So just a quick reminder then, if anyone hasn't hit that like button yet, please hit the like button. That really does help us. Tell YouTube that you like our videos. And if you haven't subscribed to either us or Sisters on the Seas, please do. It really does help us out. And of course, if you want to support us further, we are available on Patreon.
So girls, thank you ever so much. Can you believe it's been over an hour?
An hour and 10. Hasn't it gone quick? So,
thank you. Thank you to everybody that's joined in on the live. We really appreciate your support, your questions, and really, really humble. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and have a lovely evening, everyone. See you soon. Thank you, girls, for joining us.
Thank you for having us. Thanks, everyone.
No problem.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.